Rundy up top. Sophomore probing. Finds a man in the corner. It's St. Hilaire who drills a three. And he had his pocket pick. Williams just too quick. Goes around him to the hole. Right-hand scooper is good. Zigriello on the baseline. Draws attention. Frees up Brewer. High arcing three. Up and in. Bounce pass ahead. St. Hilaire has a left rejected. Again a chance for the lead. Backdoor to Lacey. Scoring. His pass picked off. Brander, cat quick. The freshman to the tin with a nice finish. On the bank attempt, Grudinski stays with it. Three-pointer now by Galamanga. Three-pointer blocked. Sanderson comes down with it, sends it up, and then Sullivan throws it down. Steps into a long two, up and in. O'Connell, guarded by Zimmerman, deep on the far wing, steps into a long two and drills it. Trying to shake off Morelli into the lane. Backdoor for Bedford. There's the layup. 4 seconds, timeout with it coming. Hello everyone and welcome here to Bedford. Nick and Astis with you for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's a tournament edition as these two teams get set to square off in region number 2 as this 2021 NHIAA Division I boys basketball tournament gets underway statewide. Bedford and Central. Two teams quite familiar with one another, battling for the right to meet Goffstown in the preliminary round, which would take place on Thursday. Again, a little bit of a different feel in 2021 due to the ongoing COVID-19 situation. Everybody eligible for the Open Tournament, not only in Division I, but in the other divisions as well. The result, I believe, the biggest tournament field that we've ever seen. And a field not based on seeding either, but a random draw that took place before the end of the regular season. So, on paper, in the traditional sense, this is a matchup between the number 3 and the number 6 in, again, Region 2 of the Division I tournament. However, those are not seeds. Those are pre-assigned team slots that was based on the luck of the draw. And as you would have it, Bedford and Central, two teams that saw a lot of one another, as I mentioned, including as recently as Friday night. They match up here for the right to take on the Goffstown Grizzlies in Goffstown. Grizzlies, the number 2 team in the region, awarded a bye. And again, just like everyone else, sitting in anticipation of this one, which promises to be a good one here in Bedford. Already one of the bigger crowds we have seen this season. Now, of course, the attendance has been an ongoing discussion, an ongoing issue with, well, most schools deciding in the end to allow a certain number of tickets per home player. And I'm not sure if that's still the same exact policy here for the NHIAA-sponsored postseason tournament or not, but it just feels like there's more people, certainly more media, in attendance tonight here in Bedford. So it does have a bit of a big-time feel, even though, again, you won't be seeing students in action tonight, unfortunately. Well, Nick had asked this with you, and glad to have you on board as this one between two teams with two different styles of ball. Central, very athletic, very big, very long. Can use their size at times. They like to get out and run. They can move the basketball under head coach Sudi Lett. And in a lot of ways have taken a lot of steps towards quote-unquote rebuilding this Central program. I'm not sure if they ever needed to quite rebuild. Their last Division I championship came just 5 years ago. It seems like a long time for Central fans, I'm sure, but either way, this is a good squad that is seeking their own identity. A lot of youngsters on the team. There's a few seniors. Looks like 4. A couple of sophomores and the rest are juniors under Coach Led, who, of course, took over for the great Doc Wheeler before Doc retired a few seasons back. And on the Bedford side, they are seeing the first tournament action under head coach Frank Moreno. He spent 8 years as an assistant here prior to moving on to Bow High School, where he spent 3 seasons, or just 2 rather, with the Falcons, including last year. Had Bow with just 1 loss heading into the tournament. The job came open. Mark Elmendorf, after a lengthy stay, stepped aside, and Coach Moreno, quote-unquote, came back home. He lives in Bedford. He's involved in the community, and, of course, always has had some roots in the program. And guys like him, the parents, seem to approve. He's a defensive-oriented guy. Bedford, they like to get after it in the man-to-man, and it really starts there. Well, this team can throw some zone licks into the mix as well. They're led by the junior point guard, Todd O'Connell, a 5'11 junior who's really the definition of a floor general here at the high school level. Can do a bit of everything. Very good with both hands. Good defender. Looks to get guys open. An excellent passer. He's got the range as well, able to shoot the floor with the three-point ball. So expect O'Connell to log a lot of minutes tonight as the junior looks to get Bedford into that next round. So there are some Bedford cheerleaders here, which is good. I mentioned the limited attendance, but, well, I got to say, this is the largest crowd I have seen this season anywhere. And again, good to see, in my opinion, as the playoffs are back. Tournament, of course, last year was canceled during the quarterfinal round. In fact, our last tournament coverage here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire took place in this gym and involved the Bedford Bulldogs. So kind of full circle here as we enter the month of March in 2021. Teams, of course, will still have to play with the masks on. And we're only given a specified amount of time to warm up, 15 minutes, no early, or no more, no less than that. Very strict protocols in place. But they've been out here, they've been getting loose, and now they're in the layup lines trying to break a sweat here. All right, we've already got some tournament games that have gone final. Trinity, they had no problem with Concord. Again, that's on the other side of this Region 2 bracket in Division 1. The Pioneers breeze to a 61-37 victory. They will face Manchester Memorial in Manchester on Thursday in the preliminary round. That's a team that Trinity beat twice in the regular season, so it's 3 times the charm. Well, I guess we'll have to wait to find out on Thursday. But again, Trinity taking care of business tonight over Concord. And then in the Region 3 Round 1 bracket, Pinkerton, big win over Salem, 67-48 the final there. They will now face their crosstown rivals, the Londonderry Lancers, in Londonderry on Thursday. On the Seacoast, Spalding with a 7-point halftime edge over Dover, 33-26 there. The winner fighting for a right to take on the perennially tough and co-champion from a year ago, Portsmouth Clippers, in Portsmouth. And, of course, Exeter and Winnicott. That's a second-round matchup already set up out there in the East bracket. I called it the Seacoast. It's actually Region number 1. And then Region 4, we have an update. BG, a 9-point halftime lead over Nashua South. The Cardinals, very strong regular season. And the winner there will go on to take on the Nashua North Titans, a team BG saw 3 times during the regular season. So, again, a couple of finals and a couple of ongoing matchups to watch in Division 1 tonight as we get set to get underway. Thursday night, as I mentioned, Winnicott and Exeter. That's a matchup that's already set. The 2 and the 3 going at it in region number 1 will be in Exeter. On Thursday night, we'll be on the air at 5:45. That's a 6 o'clock start. Again, Thursday, as we get set for the preliminary round. But still business to attend to here. Bedford and Central. A rivalry that really, in a lot of ways, predates the founding of Bedford High itself. Of course, the Bedford kids, prior to the building of the high school, they went to Manchester West. And the West Central rivalries, particularly in the late 90s, early 2000s, were some of the best in the state. So a lot has changed, of course, since then, but not that fighting spirit between kids from Bedford and the kids from Manchester Central. Our officials tonight, Kenneth Hamill, Steve Burrows, they're over there at midcourt. Bedford Athletic Director Corey Parker in the blue shirt and tie. Putting on some final touches here as the starting lineups are just about set to be announced here. Again, back to Bedford for a moment. A lot of seniors on this squad. Mentioned Todd O'Connell. He's the junior point guard, but this is really a senior-driven club in a lot of ways. Dylan Kumbani, 6'2 senior. He'll be on the glass tonight. They need him on the floor. He's had foul trouble issues during the season, but he's perhaps their most athletic player and best defender down low. So, not to mention best rebounder, in my opinion. So, Kumbani, a man to watch tonight, number 22 in white. Daniel Kaliza, a senior forward who can score in bunches. Listed as a forward, but I'd say he's more of a guard. He's 5'9", can handle a little bit. And we'll see a lot of that bench as well. Not uncommon for Frank Moreno to see at the end of the night that 8, 9, maybe 10 of his guys end up in the scorer's book. So depth, definitely a strength for the Bulldogs. On the Central side, Alex Houghton, junior guard. He'll join Angel Castro, the sophomore, in the backcourt. The athletic wing is Nathan Duval, one of the seniors in green for Central. Their big man is Baril Mwau.
Now let's meet your starters for Bedford High School.
And rounding out the 5 before Manchester Central is Cool Akot, another senior guard. And again, kind of a mixed approach defensively under Suni Lett, but he's, I think, a man-to-man guy at heart. Of course, Coach Lett played at Manchester Central as a player in the early 2000s. And I said earlier, took over for Coach Wheeler. That is not true. Coach Keefe had a brief stint in between the eras of Wheeler and Lett. All right, we step aside, come back with the opening tip. You're watching the Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Are you on the fence about selling your home? Well, now is the time to take advantage of today's sky-high demand, low supply, and fierce buyer competition. The market is crazy right now, and bidding wars can be strenuous. Don't go at it alone. Let Lori D. Warner of Home Sweet Home, a RE/MAX company, guide you through the process. You need a trusted, licensed real estate professional in your corner. Let Lori D. fight for you. Call 603-664-9090 or email Lori, that's Lori, at djlorid.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. That's fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today. All right, we're ready to go here. Quarter number 1. Around the corner, Bedford and Central meeting yet again. These two teams played more than once in the regular season, including back on Friday night. The jump ball has been done away with, unfortunately, hopefully temporarily. The visitors get the first crack, and we're underway here in Bedford. Bulldogs on the defensive end, opening up in their patented man-to-man. Houghton looking to attack right away, and he's called for a travel. Well, that's Alex Houghton, Jr., trying to bring the fight to the Bulldog defense there, but lost his footing. Turnover, and a good start here for the home team. Central also opening up in a man-to-man. Here's a drive and kick. Joe DeLacy finds a man in the corner. It's O'Connell, and he knocks down the 3. The drive and the kick. O'Connell ready. One of his favorite spots. Bedford on the board first. 3-0. Trap in the corner. Bulldogs go to the zone. Houghton threw it off the defender's leg to save the possession. Now the Bulldog bench opening up animated on the sideline. Trying to provide a little extra cushion. Meanwhile, another Central turnover. Moe stepped out of bounds. Yep, had his right foot on the baseline. So 2 trips, 2 turnovers for Manchester Central. That does allow the Little Green to set up the press. Bedford no problem across the timeline. Second trip, they've got a 3-0 lead. Kuliza saw some daylight and then lost it along the far side of the lane, out of bounds, and last touched by the senior. Bedford's first giveaway. We've got a minute gone by here. Coach Led, he's got the jacket off for the first time. Looking sharp there with the scarf on the sidelines. Meanwhile, offensive foul. Kumbani, it's what he does well. Draw the charge, able to step over from the weak side and took the contact from Alex Montanez, who picks up the first foul either way here. So Central having trouble settling down on the offensive end to begin the game. The press does have a chance to set itself up, and Houghton slaps it away in the corner. Now both these teams not afraid to get out and defend the entire court, 94 feet. Meanwhile, the officials trying to separate Kuliza and the defender Castro. Meanwhile, Castro with the steal, fires a 3 and knocks it down. The sophomore, the steal, the step back, and with no hesitation ties the game. Meanwhile, here's Zimmerman. Baseline drive, no. Kumbani offensive rebound, lost it, and then taken away by Moe for Central. Good hustle by Kumbani, but never quite had it on the second chance try. Inside out, Houghton, shot fake, steps into it 2. The lefty can't find the touch. And then Moe called for it over the back. Now the Central big didn't have the position there. O'Connell, the point guard, good blocks out for Bedford. Able to draw it over the shoulder. Second team foul against Central, a minute and a half in. Game tied at 3. Trap out of the corner. Kumbani now in trouble at midcourt. Puts it on the floor, brings it into the front court. Kuliza going to pump the break on the wing and pull it out with a right-hand dribble. Now wants to attack, goes at Castro. Banker won't work, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Bedford. Now both teams going hard from the get-go. Inside out, Zimmerman for 3. The junior off target, offensive rebound to Lacey. Back out, O'Connell steps into a 3. No. Zimmerman, third try, and he's fouled. Took it on the wrist, and he'll shoot 2. Well, that's Andrew Zimmerman, the 6'5 junior. Has returned to the starting lineup for Coach Moreno after beginning the season as a starter and then coming off the bench for a brief spell late in the season, but he's back in that starting role. And misfires at the line here, trying to put Bedford back out in front. Second try up and in. Bulldogs a 4-3 lead. 2 minutes in, first quarter. Bedford in a man-to-man. See Coach Moreno there, fired up on the sideline. It's a 5-second violation. A rare call, but a good one. You have to show signs of penetration within 5 seconds. Central did not do that there. Mau turns it over. Third giveaway by the Little Green. And not the ideal start that Coach Lett was looking for. However, his team trails by just one here. O'Connell, shot fake, right to the hole. Left-hand layup is good. O'Connell now with 5. Bedford a 6-3 lead. Both teams playing aggressively early. The Bulldogs looking to attack the rim. Central now trying to come up with the answer. Far side, Mau, 3 from the wing. Won't go, back iron. Long offensive rebound, Houghton. Houghton now in trouble at the free throw line. Trying to pivot away from DeLacy. Has a man in the corner, it's Acott, three-pointer. Line drive miss, Zimmerman weak side rebound. Throws it out in the middle, and now Kumbani racing to the rim. Kumbani is fouled, and he lands hard on his knee, and the senior is in some pain. Oh, that's the last thing you want to see, is Kumbani down in pain. It looked like the full weight of his body landed on that left leg. And he went down withering in pain immediately here. The trainer on the scene. That's Eric Gelinas, who hopped off the Bulldog bench, but, well, not a good look, at least initially. Coach Moreno concerned. Now over there as well. It was Mau who was called with the foul. Good hustle by the Central defender to challenge the layup, but just an unfortunate landing, it looked like, by Kumbani, who continues to have that left leg stretched out. So a break in the action, just 3 minutes in, 6-3 is the Bedford lead. And both teams with an opportunity to address their teams on the sideline as Kumbani continues to receive attention. But this is a multi-sport athlete, one of the better players on the Bedford football team in the fall. It's been a night in and night out starter for Coach Moreno, and a lot of ways provides the spark that a team needs, but just an unfortunate landing there on that left leg. And the senior now being helped to his feet by Coach Moreno and the athletic trainer Eric Gelinas, and getting a round of applause from the Bulldog fans. Well, now the Bedford players face the task of trying to get back to playing basketball here with one of their teammates in some obvious pain. That's not an easy thing to do. We'll see if the Bedford Bulldogs can do it. Meanwhile, Sean Toscano is going to replace Kumbani at the free throw line. If that name sounds familiar, it should. His older brothers came through the program, both football, basketball, and lacrosse. His father, Paul, in the audience here tonight. And he's pleased there as the youngster knocks down the first. Second one in and out. Rebound to Houghton. 7-3. Central has scored just one field goal as we come upon the midway point of this first quarter. Three-pointer, Castro, a good look from straight away, won't go. And then a whistle here on the rebound attempt. Houghton, I believe, was fouled. Yes, sir, it was on DeLacy, a little bit of a grab against the Bedford senior. Just the first team foul against Bedford. The first 4 all went against Central. Subs on the floor, Jabari Dowell, senior forward. This is him here with the handle. He's just checked in and he draws a foul. against another player who just came onto the floor for the first time, Andrew Soden, 6'1 senior. Called for the bump there, second team foul against the Bulldogs. Aycott lobs to the corner. Dowell bodied up by Soden. Now Howden, patience, whips it inside. Rush shot, misses off the backboard and goes out of bounds. Well, Dowell with a good flash there and a good pass, but may have let that one go a little too early. More Central press. Kuliza behind the back, down the lane. Right-hand layup is good. No, Kuliza, he's a slasher. Bedford, they've rattled off 6 straight. Coach Moreno back on his feet trying to coach up the defense. Midway through first quarter. Good start for the Bulldogs. Aycott right hand, 2 steps, bounce pass near side for Houghton. Back to the middle with the left hand, and he's called for a travel. Well, the junior not happy with the call, but his momentum may have betrayed him there, carried him forward, and he dragged that back left foot, it looked like. He's going to come out of the game as Coach Lett again goes to the bench. We get our first look at Bealey Bates, the junior guard. Meanwhile, a travel here against Bedford. They're going to get Kuliza for basically doing the same thing, dragging that back pivot foot. Central trying to end a 6-0 Bedford run. They haven't scored in over 3 minutes. Castro jammed up. Aycott whips it into the corner. This is Bates. Good defense by Soden. Baseline pass intercepted by DeLacy. DeLacy going to power out, whip it ahead, and throws it out of bounds. Trying to find Zimmerman, it looked like. A little miscommunication. Third Bedford giveaway of this first quarter. They still sit on a 9-3 lead. Now coming up on 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Central again trying to break a multi-minute drought. Dowell, shake and bake. Shot there, won't go. It's loose in the lane. Aycott. Another try for Central. This one from the wing. Too strong. Offensive rebound. It's Greg Jean-Baptiste, who has just checked in. And Baptiste, although he came down with the offensive rebound, couldn't handle it. Lost it out of bounds. Kuliza going to take a seat for the first time on the Bedford bench. We get a look at Andrew Gradinskis for the first time. Good left-hand dribble, breaks the press. Soden, baseline drive. Challenged at the backboard, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Bedford senior. Well, both teams looking to attack the rim, especially the Bulldogs here. Central just trying to get into some kind of a rhythm. Show a little bit of consistency here on the offensive side. Just one field goal coming up on 2.5 minutes to go. First quarter, they trail 9-3. Bates, crossover, Aycott, extra pass Houghton. Good closeout by the 6'5 Zimmerman. Now Jean-Baptiste dribbles into a crowd, lost it. It's now 5 turnovers by the little green. Zimmerman, power move on the baseline, count the bucket, and the foul. Now Zimmerman gets his first field goal to go. And a good, strong, hard take to the bucket there. 2 dribbles with the left hand and the right hand shot. Junior cannot complete the 3-point play, however, as the free throw rolls off the iron. 8-point lead, though, on the board for the Bulldogs, their largest. With now 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. 3-pointer Bates off target. An out-of-rhythm shot and a defensive rebound for the Bulldogs. O'Connell thought about shooting for a moment. Coach Lett trying to fire up this Central defense. They need a stop. Bedford threatening to go up double digits for the first time. Down to 100 seconds first quarter. To the hole, DeLacy jammed up, threw it over his shoulder and out of bounds. Well, Central trying to keep themselves in the game. They've come up with some stops. Played some pretty good defense in this first quarter. Still down 8, 11-3. Aycott to Dowell, double teamed immediately. Goes out of bounds. Well, Kuliza back on after a brief break. DeLacy will get his first rest of the evening. We also get a look at Cam Roberts, 6'2 senior, onto the floor for Bedford as O'Connell is going to get his patented end of the quarter break here. Minute 27 to go. Dowell, good inbound play for Central, and that ends up as a layup. Another good flash, Dowell. Time to catch and score. Central needed that. Puts to end a 8-0 Bedford run. 2-possession game now, and a steal. Houghton out of the trap, stepped out of bounds. And they say his left sneaker was on the sideline. Definitely some tournament intensity defense today. Grudinskis. Kuliza around the corner, right hand scooper. Kuliza, second field goal, he's got 4. Bedford back up 8, 13-5. Inside, final minute, first quarter. First touch for Jason Gasagna. Sophomore guard has come on for Central. Both teams really going to the bench early and often. Offensive foul, Houghton runs into Soden. We got pummeled there in the lane, but a great job sacrificing the body. It's the second drawn charge by the Bulldogs. First foul, by the way, on Houghton. Already 6 team fouls against Central. Going to have to be very cognizant of that in the second quarter. Final 30 seconds. Zimmerman all the way to the rim. The junior now with 5. Bedford by 10 for the first time. The runner won't work for Dowell. Stays with it, though. Back out to Houghton. Lefty 3. Too strong, and it's O'Connell to the loose ball. The Bedford guard still with time here. 10 seconds. Kuliza looks at the clock, comes middle. Down to 6 seconds. Turns to his left. Goes down the lane and draws a foul. The foul on the floor. Kuliza knocked down by Dowell. Didn't appreciate it. Hops right back up. That may have been on the floor. If so, it'll be a 1-and-1 here. Enough time for Coach Moreno to make one more sub here with 4 seconds to go in this first quarter. Grudinskis is back on after a very quick break. It is a 1-and-1. Kuliza buries the front end. Well, he's got 5. His teammates Todd O'Connell and Andrew Zimmerman also with 5. Three-headed attack here in this first quarter. Trying to go 2 for 2. It goes in and out, no good. Rebound Central. They got to hurry. This is Jean-Baptiste from mid-court, and that won't go down. That'll do it for the first quarter. A good start for the home team. Bedford, their largest lead on the board of 16-5. Right back to the doghouse in just a moment. You're watching coverage of the 2021 NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Back here in Bedford, Bulldogs with a 16-5 lead. The defense for Coach Moreno's squad has been suffocating. Central 6 turnovers and 7 fouls in that first quarter. Not to start, Little Green head coach Sudi Lett had in mind. Nick Anastas with you. It's our Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire's coverage of the 2021 NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament. First round action, the winner will take on Goffstown in Goffstown on Thursday night in the preliminary round. Bulldogs with the possession to begin the second quarter. O'Connell, shot fake, looks for Zidinskis on the wing. He'll drive to the baseline and have it poked away from behind, out of bounds. Stay with Bedford. More subs as both coaches continue to cycle players in and out at almost rapid pace. Zidinskis and Soden check out. Zimmerman, good move to the 10, and he's fouled at the rim. Well, he faked the handoff and then spun to his left. Well, Zimmerman almost looking like a different player here. He's been more aggressive. He's looked to attack, and then attack some more. 5 points in that first quarter for the 6'5" junior, and he adds another here at the stripe where he's now 2 for 3. Bedford a 17-5 lead. Zimmerman misses the second. Rebound goes to Bates, and Central trying to find some regularity to the offensive attack here. They've struggled against this man-to-man defense. Just 2 field goals in that first quarter. Castro to his left, drains a long 2. Hit a 3-pointer from a similar spot earlier, but that one good for only 2. Meanwhile, Zimmerman, this is a 3, and this is in the hole. A high arcing 3-point shot. Zimmerman now with 9, and Bedford's got a 13-point lead for the first time. Castro, good shot fake, 3, ends up short, follows his own miss, spins, fires a 2. This one hits twice off the iron, no good, and then it's O'Connell. Gets out of a crowd, and yeah, that's a travel. Well, he's trying to say poked it ahead. The official felt like he controlled it long enough to push it ahead. Coach Moreno trying to explain that to the youngster. Right idea, but well, that's the right call by the officials. Good 2-man crew again. Kenneth Hamill and Steve Burrows blowing the whistles tonight. Minute in, second quarter. Bedford a 20-7 lead. Houghton. Drive and kick. This is Dowell. Acott. Just nowhere to go. Bedford seamlessly switching things on the perimeter. Now Acott, a rushed 3. Won't go down from straight away. Another Bedford rebound. Couple passes. Sets up DeLacy in the corner, and he knocks down another 3. The senior, his first field goal in Bedford. Forcing Coach Suni Lett's hand. A timeout Central here with nearly 2 minutes gone, second quarter. And the lead now ratcheted up to 16 here at 23-7. There's a look at that transition attack. Unselfish. DeLacy spotted up in the corner. Leaves the extension up for this home crowd to see. One of the bigger crowds we've seen here this season. And for good reason. Well, as always, our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. So call Steve, 603-471-9999, or visit BealsInsurance.com. And by Lori D. Warner of Home Sweet Home, a RE/MAX company. Let Lori D. fight for you. Call 603-664-9090 or email Lori at Lori@DJLoriD.com. Quick shot out of the timeout. Just won't go down, and then O'Connell is called for a travel. Ran into some trouble at midcourt trying to explain himself to Coach Frank Moreno. Each team with 7 turnovers. Difference is Bedford has shot the ball better. They've gotten to the line as well. Central yet to shoot a free throw. Bates, backdoor cut. Leaves it for Dowell. Passes on the 3. Skips it as cross for Castro. He's got a good up fake again. Can't go in off the glass. Rebound, Bedford. O'Connell out for Zimmerman. Zimmerman crashes into Bates. It's an offensive foul. Good job by Bates, the last man standing. Defensively in transition there, able to plant his feet well ahead of time, and Zimmerman Could not pump the brakes quick enough. Picks up his first, fourth team foul. Drive and kick, Jean-Baptiste. Again, passes on what could have been a three. And now another offensive foul. This one comes against Central at the top of the key. Cool Acott rolls his eyes after he's hit with Central's 9th team foul. His first. So the next Central foul is double bonus time for Bedford. Zimmerman, meanwhile, checks out. 3 guards on the floor for Bedford. O'Connell, Kaliza, and this man with the ball, Joe DeLacy. DeLacy behind the back, down the lane. Finger roll is good. Boy, DeLacy got it in attack mode now himself. 5 points. Bedford threatening to blow it open here. Just 3 minutes into the second quarter. 25-7. Dowell, one-on-one move. Fades to his right. And then a foul on the rebound after the miss. It's a push. A little bit of a nudge from behind. Greg Jean-Baptiste. Guilty. That's a loose ball foul, which means 2 free throws coming at the other end. So the 7 team fouls in that first quarter starting to haunt Central here in the second. There's now double bonus the rest of the way. Still 5 minutes and change to go in this first half. O'Connell to the line. Scored all 5 of his 5 points in that first quarter. All 5 of his 5. Meanwhile, as you can see, BG, they took care of business tonight. They beat Nashua South 63-48, the final. The Cardinals will face the Nashua North Titans in the preliminary round. Meanwhile, Cam Roberts gets a hand from some of his Bedford teammates as he checks out, a high five. O'Connell 1 for 2 trip. Bedford's lead continuing to grow at 26-7. Meanwhile, Jean-Baptiste able to split the defenders. Had it poked, though, out of bounds. If you're just joining us, the man stretched out on the table in the background, that's Bedford senior Dylan Kumbani. Took a nasty spill after being fouled on a layup attempt back in the first quarter. Landed hard on that left knee. He's got it iced up. Eric Gelinas, the trainer, continuing to work on him, but I'd say his return is very questionable. Meanwhile, a layup for Castro and a rough landing by Bedford's Soden, who came down hard on his back. Third field goal for Castro. Now has 7. He's Central's leading scorer. Scored 7 of the 9. So Soden going to limp over, still noticeably in pain, holding that lower back. Zimmerman back onto the floor for the 5 starters, minus the injured Kumbani. On the floor here as we make our way towards the midway point, second quarter. Bedford has been in control throughout. In traffic, O'Connell and the foul. 8 points now for the junior, who can shoot it from outside and take it into the lane with the bigs as well, as you can see. The help defender, Jean-Baptiste, a little out of position, picks up his second foul. O'Connell converts the 3-point play. He's the game's high man with 9. And another timeout, Central. 29-9, the first 20-point lead of the night on the board for Bedford. And they've looked good here in this first half. Another final from elsewhere in the tournament tonight. Congratulations to Spalding, the Red Raiders. A 58-49 win over Dover. That's out there in region number 1. Spalding will take on Portsmouth in the preliminary rounds. And we will have coverage next week out there on the Seacoast. We'll be in Exeter as Winnicott battles Exeter. But here's a look at the Region 2 bracket here that impacts both these teams on display tonight, Bedford and Central. Again, they're not seeds in the traditional sense. They're pre-allotted, pre-selected, luck of the draw, team selections, teams 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, the winner of that region will head to the semifinals on March the 10th, which is next Wednesday. Trinity, you can pencil them in. They beat Concord tonight by nearly 20. They are in. They will face Memorial on the road. And then, of course, the winner of this Bedford Central game will be in Goffstown to face the Grizz on Thursday. Out of the timeout, they draw up the play. The three won't go down for Bates. Zimmerman muscles the rebound but throws away the outlet pass. Stolen by Castro. Good move to the hole. And he draws the foul. Boy, Castro, good fundamental player. I've seen a series of shot fakes. Got a knack for freeing himself up on the wing, and that time took it right to the tin after an impressive between-the-legs dribble. Castro, just a sophomore. Gets 7 of Central's 9 points. Misses the front end of the free throw, of the two-shot free throw. He's first Central player to head to the stripe tonight. Midway through second quarter, Bedford never trailed tonight. Now up 19 after a 1-for-2 trip from Castro. Full court press from Central. We've seen that throughout this first half as well. Bedford has handled it well. Grudinskis left open on the three. But a foul here away from the ball. And what do we have? I think a 3-second call against Bedford. Bates, runner in the lane, no. And then he tries to keep it alive on the baseline, but stepped out of bounds. Good hustle by Bailey Bates, the junior. Came off the bench tonight, but he has not left the floor since. Full court trap. O'Connell freed up. And the junior point guard now going to run the offense. Inside of 4 minutes, a 19-point bulge. Now, good patience by the Bulldogs. Of course, no shot clock in the NHIAA. Central, meanwhile, trying to force the issue. And they will here. Bailey Bates to steal. Able to come away with the basketball after Kaliza was double-teamed. And then a wraparound pass sets up Jean-Baptiste for two. Good feed from Houghton on the assist. First bucket for the junior, Jean-Baptiste. Central the last three. They're within 17 at 29-12. Bedford wants an answer. Instead, they'll turn it over to Travel against DeLacy. The 8th Bedford turnover. In fact, 8 each way here, unofficially, in this first half. Inside of 3 minutes, Central trying to push, make a last-second push here to end the half and bring at least some momentum with them into the locker room. Castro the first to double figures with 10 after that layup, and Central suddenly back within 15. Castro nearly a steal. Grudinskis, though, maintains possession. DeLacy inside out. Kuliza, 3 from the wing. No, go from the corner, rather. And then Roberts, the second chance try. The senior able to keep that ball above his head. Good job on the putback. Settles the ship a little bit for Bedford, and then Castro forced into a miss from the wing. Bedford's done a good job on the defensive glass tonight as well. I'd imagine Coach Moreno would agree. Final 2 minutes, first half. Kuliza called for the offensive foul. Elliot Bates all over him. Kuliza dipping that head into the chest of the defender to try to create a little bit of room, but the officials who've called a lot of offensive fouls tonight get the senior there with one. Kuliza's first. That puts Bedford up against the limit now with 16 fouls. Inside of 2 minutes until halftime. Central trying to cut it to 15 with a 2. They'll do that. Nice move by Houghton, the junior. Played most of the way in this first half. That's his first 2. Then Bedford the travel. Grudinskis shuffled the feet in the backcourt. The Central press pays off there. Little Green within 15, a chance to cut that to 13, maybe even 12 here With 1:44 to go in this second quarter, Grodinski's going to check out. Soden, who hurt his back the last time he was on the floor, is apparently well enough to play and check back in. Houghton, count it and the bucket. Or count the bucket and the foul. Houghton starting to get going here. Back-to-back field goals for the junior. And a chance for one more. Got the step, leaned into DeLacy, who suddenly picks up his third for Bedford. So he's going to have to check out here with 1:39 to go in this first half. Really the first player either way in foul trouble here tonight. Houghton's free throw, good. Got good rotation, good spin on the ball there. Made the difference. Got 5 now. All coming in the last couple of minutes. 31-19. Central back within 12. They trailed by as many as 20 just moments ago. Kaliza tripped up, lost the basketball. Coach Moreno wanted a foul. Instead, he watches John Batiste lay it in for Central. 4 points off the bench for the junior, and here come the Little Green. Down only 10, timeout Bedford. Well, Coach Moreno can tell which way the wind is blowing. Central looked like they were left for dead just minutes ago. Right back in the thick of things, down only 10. With 1:17, they've taken some of the energy out of the building here on the road as well. And a good timeout by Coach Moreno, his first of this first half. But the Central defense, they've forced their fair number of turnovers. Bedford now with 10 by my count, including that one there at midcourt that leads to the wide-open layup for Greg Jean-Baptiste. 4 points off the bench for Central. Coming up at halftime, a look back at the first half. We'll tally up the stats for you. And a look at the bracket tonight. The D1 tournament underway. Some games have gone final, some games in action. As we speak, we'll get a full rundown of the tournament action coming up at halftime. Out of the timeout, O'Connell will break the press with the dribble. Leave it for Kuliza. And now Roberts hands back over to O'Connell. Coach Lett back up and roaming the Central sideline, trying to fire up this D. Down to 1 minute to go in this first half. Foul here, I believe, against Central. It's going to put Bedford back to the line. Again, it's double bonus. And they got Roberts, I think, away from the ball. He was grabbed by Jason Gasania, sophomore guard who just checked back in for Central. The free throw line has been kind to Bedford tonight. I think there's 7, make it 8 now, 12. After Roberts able to knock that one down. 3-pointer the other way. It's Acott, too strong from the wing. And a good rebound pulled in by Tegan Graham of Bedford. The big fellow just checked in, but his outlet pass tipped away, and then a foul here. Going to come against Bedford and send Acott to the line. Good athletic steal there. And then took the fight to Roberts in the lane. Although it was not Roberts, but O'Connell who picked up the foul there, his first. A lot of whistles in this first half. 10 team fouls against Central, 8 now against Bedford. Acott the free throw, no problem. It's Cool Acott, senior guard, his first point of the night. Solid 2-for-2 trip there. Central within 10, down to 40 seconds. Again, the Little Green press. Been a factor. Bedford does break it there, though, with Kuliza. Now Roberts in front of the Central bench. Graham, Soden, backdoor Roberts. Leaves it in the lane. Soden lost it on the way up. No, a travel. Travel first, shuffled a little bit on the catch. A lot of turnovers in this first half. Still a 10-point Bulldog lead. Central, though, could settle for the final shot of this first half. We're down to 15 seconds. Jean-Baptiste closed out by O'Connell. 10 seconds. Houghton now in the corner. Now Houghton pulls it out to midcourt. Looks at the clock, down to 5. Comes middle with a left-hand dribble. Elbow jump shot is short. Rebound O'Connell. He'll give it one final heave. And that's going to do it for the first half. Bedford led by as many as 20 early in the second quarter. Central takes some of that back and are within 10 at halftime. 33-23 Bedford. The winner takes on Goffstown in Goffstown on Thursday night in the preliminary round. Coming up, we'll take a look at the first half numbers and a look around the NHIAA Division I Boys Tournament scoreboard as well. And, well, it's been as good as advertised, at least so far. A game of runs. Bedford, the good early start. Central, the answer. Still a big Bulldog lead at half, though, a 10-point gap. Right back to Bedford in just a few moments with the halftime report. You are watching coverage of the 2021 NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Are you on the fence about selling your home? Well, now is the time to take advantage of today's sky-high demand, low supply, and fierce buyer competition. The market is crazy right now, and bidding wars can be strenuous. Don't go at it alone. Let Lori D. Warner of Home Sweet Home, a RE/MAX company, guide you through the process. You need a trusted, licensed real estate professional in your corner. Let Lori D. fight for you. Call 603-664-9090 or email Lori, that's Lori, at djlorid.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at FNLNHmedia@gmail.com. That's FNLNHmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today. Halftime here in Bedford. Bulldogs a 33-23 lead over Manchester Central. Nick Anastas with you. It's our first round coverage of the 2021 NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament. Good to see some postseason action again here in the Granite State after nearly a year away. The tournament a year ago was canceled during the quarterfinal round due to the breakout of COVID-19. And after a late start to the regular season, a truncated schedule for most teams, everybody eligible for this year's March Madness. And, well, Bedford right now on their way to a rematch with Goffstown in Goffstown Thursday night if they can hold on and close this one out. As you can see, the bracket, the Division I tournament divided into 4 regions based on geography. Teams assigned slots by luck of the draw. They are not based on seeds. And as luck has it, Memorial and Goffstown awarded the first round byes in region number 2. Bedford and Central meeting here, with the winner taking on Goffstown, and of course, Trinity. They took care of business earlier. We'll get to that in a moment. They will take on Memorial. We will be on the Seacoast Thursday night. Our preliminary round coverage gets underway at 5:45. It's a 6 o'clock Eastern time tip Thursday between Winnicott and Exeter. 2 of the better teams, not just on the Seacoast, but in the state. Both those teams really on everybody's short list of legitimate title contenders. So something's got to give Thursday night on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance. Some of the other scores from earlier. Spalding, speaking of that Seacoast region, they beat Dover 58-49 tonight. They will take on Portsmouth on Thursday in the preliminary round. Trinity, as I mentioned, no problem with Concord, 61-37. They'll face Memorial. Pinkerton put away Salem tonight, 67-48. Astros will face the Lancers in Londonderry on Thursday. BG and Timberlane also in action tonight, but no reported score there. And a final down in the Gate City as BG takes care of Nashua South, 63-48. Cardinals will face the Nashua North Titans in Nashua on Thursday. All right, the story here looked like Bedford was sailing to an easy win tonight. They led by as many as 20 about midway through the second quarter. But Central, with that never say die attitude, led by sophomore Angel Castro, able to trim the lead to 10 based on Castro's 10 points. They also forced 11, by my count, Bulldog turnovers in that first half. Meanwhile, off the crossover, this is Baril Mawo, or Mawo. Not quite sure how to pronounce that one. M-A-W-O. He went to the hole and missed there. He was also in foul trouble after picking up his second back in the first quarter. We didn't see him the rest of that first half. He's on the floor here. A good crossover there, but lost it on the way up. Ran into O'Connell, no call. They rule it out of bounds back to Bedford. Central also picked up 7 team fouls in the first quarter. That gave the Bulldogs an advantage at the free throw line for the rest of the first half. And by and large, Bedford was able to cash in. This man played well in the first half. That shot, though, not reflective of that. Way off target from Zimmerman. Central able to run. A little layup there, won't go for Alex Montanez. Bedford quickly the other way, and a streaking Kuliza is going to finish it off. Kuliza now with 7. Transition game working for Coach Moreno. Bulldogs back up 12, 35-23, minute gone by, third quarter. Houghton to a curling Acott, drop the catch. Then a foul is called as both Zimmerman and Houghton hit the floor. Meanwhile, Coach Lutt doesn't wait long to go to the bench. Pulls Montanez and Houghton off the floor. Jean-Baptiste, who played well off the bench in that first half. Back into the game, Bailey Bates. Another bench player who earned his stripes, back on the floor here. So Coach Lett going to go with his trusted guys here. The minute gone in the third. O'Connell off the inside out. 3 around the rim and out. Rebound Bates. Central a good stop. Little Green still down 12. Here's a cool. Attacks to his right. DeLacy stood his ground, forced the miss, clears the rebound. Kuliza quickly into the front court, and Bedford back in control. Backdoor pass. Roberts the layup. Good feed by O'Connell. Roberts with 6 off the pine. Timeout Central. Well, Coach Lett not going to let this one balloon back to 20 if he can help it. Going to call a timeout to try and stem the Bedford momentum. As you get a look at Roberts, an easy backdoor feed on the money from O'Connell. And as I mentioned, Roberts, the senior, providing some scoring punch off the bench with 6. Bulldogs led in that first half, were led by a combination of O'Connell and Zimmerman from a scoring perspective at least, each player with 9 points in that first half. But Coach Moreno has seen 6 different Bulldogs enter their names into the scorer's book. A balanced attack that's been really reflective of the Bedford depth all season. Bulldogs will have to do it, though, in the second half without Dylan Kumbani. He's in street clothes after an apparent knee injury. Landed rough on a layup attempt back in the first quarter. Really rough. He's down for several minutes, stretched out on the trainer's table during that first half. He is still on the table, but now in street clothes and in crutches. So not a good sign for Bedford starting center. Meanwhile, good rotation leads to a 3 from Jean-Baptiste. He's got 7. And again, Central within single digits, down 9 now, the closest they've been since the first quarter. They trail by 11 after 1. Meanwhile, Kuliza for 3. He's the first Bulldog to double figures with 10. Meanwhile, running layup won't go. Offensive rebound, Wow, back out. Bates, three-pointer up and in. Second chance try for Central. That was somewhat of a rarity in the first half. The Bulldogs did a pretty good job on the defensive glass overall, but not that time. Bates' 3 brings it back to 11 at 40-29. There's a mistake on the scoreboard a moment ago. It's 40-29 with just over 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Meanwhile, this one poked out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. O'Connell, deep 3 straight away. Won't go down, and then a jump ball is called on the rebound. That was Maywo tangled up with Zimmerman. Central's going to get another sub here. Acott out. Jason Gasagna back on. Acott a little shaken up there, the senior. I thought was in some pain on the Central bench. Meanwhile, loose ball ends up with the little green. Bates comes away with it. And now again a chance to work this thing down to a single-digit difference yet again as we come up on the 4-minute mark, third quarter. Bedford in a matchup zone here, and they'll force a turnover. Kuliza ahead for O'Connell, draws the foul, and 1. Going to flex the muscles at the bench after a job well done, able to bait Bates, no pun intended there, into the contact, and then you see the muscles on display after the layup. O'Connell, his first bucket of the second half. He's got 11 now. Short on the free throw. Loose in the corner. Last touch by Zimmerman, out of bounds to Central. 42-29, midway through this third quarter. Bedford has never trailed tonight. Bulldogs led by as many as 20 in the second quarter. Central has come no closer than 9 cents. Castro to the rim. This kid is good. Right hand finish from the left side. Leads all scorers now with 12. The sophomore trying to keep Central in the game and extend the season. Down 11. Now Zimmerman lost it. O'Connell recovers into the lane for 2. Now O'Connell knew exactly what to do with that as soon as he picked up the loose ball. Let's go to the lane and finish on the 13-footer. Bates, double pump in midair. Baseline floater won't go. It's out of bounds. And back over to Bedford. Coach Lett continuing to funnel in the substitutions as Mawau checks out for the first time here in the quarter. We get a look at Jabari Dowell. Score update. Wyndham They've got all they can handle right now with Timberlane. Jaguars big favorites in that game, but the Owls seeking the upset. Down only 2 as they begin things in Wyndham in the fourth quarter. So that one definitely the closest game we've seen tonight. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the remainder of the broadcast. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bedford a 44-31 lead. Again, Central trying to trim it down. Dowell has Houghton in the corner. Little two-man game on the wing. Skips it near side for Bates. Wants a one-on-one with DeLacy. Driving kick, the lefty Houghton. Three-pointer comes up short. Tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the hustling Jean-Baptiste. Couldn't quite get to it, though, under the basket. And it's back to Bedford. Coach Lett doing a good job on the Central sideline, trying to keep his guys engaged here. And to their credit, Central has gone hard tonight, no question. It has not been an effort issue. Kaliza for 3. Yep. It's been more of a Kaliza issue. 13 now for the senior. Couple of threes here in this second half, and Bedford, again, a comfortable lead on the board of 47-31. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Castro, wow. Able to shake 2 defenders. Go up over the top for a long 2. He's got 14. Bedford continuing to try to deal with this press. Angel on the floor, and Castro lost the mask but not the ball. They're going to call him for the travel. Well, that's a tough call against Central, if I may say so. They say Castro traveled. I don't know how that's possible. He's on the floor to begin with, but now Bedford may have gotten a break there. Good hustle by the sophomore. Meanwhile, DeLacy will sit for Bedford. We get our first look, I believe, at Dylan Lafferty, the sophomore. 6'1", didn't play, I don't think, in that first half. He's in the game here late in the third. O'Connell for 3. Won't go from straight away. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Roberts. Good box out by Bates for Central. Minute and a half to go. Third quarter. 47-33. Then a double-digit lead most of the way for Bedford. They led by 11 after 1. Central briefly trimmed it to 9 here earlier in this third quarter. Now, Castro going to draw a foul in the corner against O'Connell, his second. They get the junior on a reach-in. Just the first team foul of the third quarter against Bedford. Only 2 on the other side against Central. That's on the heels of a first half that featured a lot of whistles both ways. They're going to get Roberts here on the bump. Coach Lett likes the call. Roberts, of course, does not. Bates some difficulty getting the ball in here. Has to throw it to midcourt for Houghton. Houghton into the lane, lost it on the way up. Somebody got a hand on it. Kuliza up ahead. O'Connell, there's the finish. Boy, the Bedford transition game has looked good tonight. Bulldogs have looked to get out and run. O'Connell with 15 to lead all scorers. The lead 16 again for Bedford. Step back pop. Dowell leaves it short. Roberts, yeah, you can't get up there. Down on one knee when he had the ball on the baseline. And the youngster forgot the rule. He got back up to his feet. Central catches a break. Dowell trying to power his way in the low block. Pivots to his right. Goes to the right-hand hook. They won't go. Loose ball on the weak side. Bodies on the floor. Now on the sidelines. Lafferty at the bottom of the pile. And a timeout granted to Bedford. Good hustle both ways. Here's a look at that Kaliza 3 from a moment ago. He, along with O'Connell, have chipped in for a combined 28 points. 28 of the 49 tonight for Bedford on the shoulders of those two, Kaliza and O'Connell. On the other side for Central, Angel Castro has shouldered the vast majority of the offense. 14 of Central's 33 has had help from the junior Greg Jean-Baptiste, who has chipped in with 7. These two teams, very familiar. They met regularly during the regular season, including as recently as Friday, just 4 days ago. Kind of a different feel tonight, a tournament feel. The intensity has been ratcheted up. Players have gone really hard defensively, as we expected tonight. And now the final 15 seconds may belong to the Bulldogs here as they pose for the final shot. Pose for the final shot with 10 seconds now. Kuliza, tough shot, challenge straight away. No. DeLacy, no, but a foul, late whistle. The senior able to draw the contact on the wrist. DeLacy 5 points all in that first half. Bulldogs have had an advantage, no question, at the stripe tonight. Central has shot only a total of 4 free throws. DeLacy 2 for 2 on that trip. Bedford a combined 10 of 14 at the line. That's going to do it for the third quarter. Bulldogs again flexing their muscles. They stretch their 10-point halftime lead up to 18 at 51-33. Can the Bulldogs close the door? Or will Central give us a comeback to talk about for years to come? We find out in just a moment. Fourth quarter around the corner. Back to Bedford. Here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. It's presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Start of the fourth quarter here in Bedford. Bulldogs, a commanding 51-33 lead. They have never trailed tonight, led by as many as 20. Back in the second quarter, Angel Castro has done his best to keep Central in the game, but the sophomore can't hit the long two. Bedford will run off the miss and get another three-point play opportunity as Kuliza, a fiery player, again able to get out in front of everybody on the break. Was pushed there by Dowell, who picks up his third. Kuliza 15 points, including 10 here so far in the second half. And another three-point play in the books for Bedford. Largest lead now on the board for Bedford, 54-33. Just underway in this fourth quarter. The winner will take a trip really down the road. Goffstown High School, located about a 15-minute drive here from Bedford High. The Grizzlies will expect most likely to host the Bulldogs Thursday night, barring a Central comeback. Well, the Little Green aren't going to quit. They're on the floor. They've been on the floor all night. Castro now a good look at a wing three. Won't work, and then an over-the-back foul is called on Mawo, who's been frustrated. Been one of those nights for the Central big man. Been guilty of a couple of over-the-back fouls. Was also tagged with a foul on a fast break back in the first quarter that sidelined Bedford's Dylan Kumbani, Bedford's starting center. Kumbani landed hard on his left leg, out with an apparent knee injury. He's in crutches. And in street clothes now over on the Bedford bench. It'd be a major blow for Bedford moving forward if he has to miss time. Meanwhile, DeLacy checks out for Lafferty. A good spell of minutes there off the bench by Dylan Lafferty, the sophomore. Bulldogs break the central press, but turn it over in the front court. Whoa, with a spin move. Left-hand dribble. Drive, leaves it up top. Dowell thought about it. And now Central will restart and then throw it away. Jean-Baptiste picked off by Kaliza. Goes to the right-hand flick shot. Won't go, then rips it away from Dowell, who came down with a rebound. Meanwhile, a Central player is now down. Well, that's Cool Acott. The senior guard in some pain. Coach Lett concerned. And now the trainer, Eric Gelinas, for Bedford, who's had his work cut out for him tonight. Checking in on the downed little green player. It comes a minute and a half gone by in this fourth quarter. Update from Wyndham. The Jaguars are in trouble. Timberlane has come back to tie the game at 51 with just 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That's a game that may catch a lot of folks by surprise if Timberlane is indeed able to come away with a win. Although we saw Timberlane back in January at the beginning of the season, and they struck me as a team better than their record. And a lot of those losses came by small margins this year for the Owls. So perhaps it's not that big of a surprise in the long run. But, boy, if Wyndham goes down tonight, that would be our first upset, I would say, of this 2021 NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament. Speaking of which, our coverage here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire of the aforementioned tournament is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. So call Steve at 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com. And also by Lori D. Warner of Home Sweet Home, a RE/MAX company. Let Lori D. fight for you. Call 603-664-9090 or email Lori, that's Lori, at djlorid.com. All right, a round of applause for Acott, who was helped up off the floor a moment ago. And then a three is up and good for Baril Mawau. That's the center's first points of the night. Meanwhile, this is poked out of bounds. The officials are going to keep it with Bedford. That Central three cuts the lead back to 18 at 54-36. But now 2 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Central, they've been in a man-to-man the entire ball game, really applying pressure well beyond the three-point line. They've employed the full court press. Look at this block. That's a grown man block there as Mawau sends it nearly into the crowd. Great anticipation. Says absolutely not to Joe DeLacy. Been a difference maker when he's been on the floor, but problem for Central was he was in foul trouble in that first half. Patience here on this trip for Bedford. Again, no shot clock. Forces Central to really get out and challenge, and now a foul coming against Bates. One and one now is Central over the team foul limit with 7. Only 2 on the other side for Bedford. Bulldogs a major advantage at the line tonight. DeLacy going to add to that. He's 3 for 3 himself tonight. 8 points. That one around the back iron and out. Rebound Mawau, and now Central down 19. Still trying to chip away. Whoa, a 3 off the dribble. Too strong off the wing. Weak side rebound to O'Connell. Bedford doing a good job on the D glass. Now into the front court for DeLacy. Skips it near side, and another good job by Bedford handling that press. We saw it a lot during the regular season. Sure worked on it a lot over the weekend as well. Meanwhile, this is a backcourt on Kaliza. Took a little bit of a bump. The 5'9" guard lost possession. Upset he wasn't fouled there. A little complaint to the refs. 3 minutes in, fourth quarter clock. Starting to become a factor. Working against Central. Bates, baseline J, too strong. Zimmerman grabbed on the rebound and fouled deep in the backcourt. So Zimmerman to the line, trying to get into double figures. All 9 of his points came before halftime, where he played very well. Very aggressively as well. Free throw good. Now 3 for 5 tonight at the stripe. Meanwhile, Acot for Central over on the trainer's table and having his knee wrapped in ice, similar to Bedford's Dylan Kumbani from earlier. So unfortunately a busy night for Bedford athletic trainer Eric Gelinas. Meanwhile, wow, going to power his way to the rim for 2. He's got 5 all in this fourth quarter. Central refusing to quit. Still down 19 though, and Bedford again going to run as much clock as they can. O'Connell is fouled. Tripped up by Houghton. Still a 1-and-1 here with 9 team fouls. The next one will be 2. Meanwhile, a little bit of trash talking on the lane between the two big men, Moau and Zimmerman. Meanwhile, O'Connell tries to draw the charge at midcourt instead. Gets hit with, I believe, his 3rd foul, his 4th. No, his 3rd. So 3 on O'Connell. 3 on DeLacy, really the only foul trouble worth noting for Bedford. Meanwhile, Jean-Baptiste left wide open near the rim. Junior's played well off the bench with 9, Central's second leading scorer tonight, behind Angel Castro. 17 again the gap as we hit the midway point, fourth quarter. Zimmerman knocked down and fouled by Jean-Baptiste. Well, Central is not going to allow Bedford to run clock. That seems apparent at this point. They'll give the foul. And from here on out, an automatic 2 as it's double bonus time. Foul on Jean-Baptiste is 3rd. Free throw will roll in for Zimmerman. Back iron miss. 1 for 2 trip. 58-40. Inside of the 4-minute mark now. This one thrown away. Moau trying to launch a pass into the corner for Gasana, but that one was not going to be caught by anybody. Way over his head. Meanwhile, Dylan Lafferty back on, replacing Zimmerman. And Zimmerman going to head right over to the trainer's table. As if there wasn't enough action over there in that medical corner. He's going to have, it looks like his, I don't know, he's got his left leg up on the table. Meanwhile, Bedford continuing to play keep away here with the clock ticking. A big 18-point lead on the board for the home team. And again, no shot clock means they don't have to shoot. Meanwhile, Maywell almost poked that away from O'Connell. Did poke it away, but goes out of bounds. Meanwhile, Acot limping over to the Central bench on crutches with his left knee in ice. Safe to say his night is done, unfortunately, for Central. Meanwhile, a foul here on the sideline. I think it's Bates. Yep, his fourth. Meanwhile, looks like Wyndham's season may be coming to an end. Timberlane a 58-55 lead on the road with just 6 seconds now to go in the fourth quarter. So the Jaguars, who a lot of people thought were amongst that group of contenders in Division I, led by one of the state's better scorers, Joe Da Silva, but I shouldn't say it's over yet. Still 6 seconds to go, one possession difference, but the Timberlane Owls right now with a 3-point lead in Wyndham. Meanwhile, more free throws. Bedford up 20. Three-pointer, up and in. It's Moau. O'Connell, and the game's high man tonight with 17. Central has brought on a new player, Eamon Ebmedovich, number 11 in green, the senior, on the floor for the first time. Meanwhile, Moau, they've gotten away with a trip there. Now he does throw Kaliza into the backcourt. It's a backcourt violation, no foul. Meanwhile, O'Connell not happy with Moau. Also a little bit of a shoulder bump there. He was knocked to the floor a moment ago, showing a little bit of a limp. Coach Moreno says tough it out. Finish it up here with 2.5 to go. Moau to his left, double team, lost the ball. DeLacy the steal. Up ahead, Kuliza fades away and draws a foul. Not a whole lot of contact there. Jabari Dowell, the senior, a questioning look at the official, but a good job by Kuliza to at least sell that one. You see there, maybe a little bit of an embellishing job on his way to the ground, but it worked. Dowell, his fourth foul. 2 free throws here for Kuliza, who's been outstanding tonight. 16 points. Unofficially. Subs, Lafferty out. Matthew Ferrucci, 5'10 senior, on for the first time. His coach Moreno starting to empty that bench a little bit. Kuliza 1 for 2. He's got 17 unofficially by my count. Also his teammate Todd O'Connell was 17 as well. Meanwhile, a foul here, I believe, on O'Connell. Yep, his fourth. Just over 2 minutes to go. By the way, final. Timberlane. First road team to get a win in this tournament. 58-55 over Wyndham. They do it from behind. Jaguar season comes to an end. Three-pointer. Too strong. Wow. Offensive rebound. Jean-Baptiste spins, dumps it down, and there's the layup by Ahmedovich. 61-45. As close as Central has been in this fourth quarter. With the clock really starting to work against the Little Green now. Just a minute 48 to go. Bedford continuing to cycle in reserves. Tegan Graham, a 6'2 senior. Played briefly in the first half, is at the scorer's table. Kuliza's made a living at the line tonight. Knocks in another. 3 for 4 at the stripe in the second half. 4 of 6 overall. 18 points. Back iron miss there, though. Now Central down 17. They got to hurry. Jean-Baptiste breaks down the defense but throws it away in the lane. Good steal by Ferrucci. O'Connell spins around 2 defenders. Back to DeLacy. And again, Bedford looking to work. Clock down to a minute 20. Central trying to give the foul now. Instead, no whistle. They come up with a steal. Up ahead, Moau for 2. Ten points all in the second half for Baril Moau. And then a foul in the backcourt here against Central's Jason Gasana. Stops the clock with a minute 7 to go. 15 the Bulge is 62-47. Coming up after the game. Recap of this one, final stats. As the lefty Ferrucci cannot get that one to go down. That'll do it for O'Connell, DeLacy, and Kaliza. Starters off the floor now for Bedford as they get set to take on Goffstown Thursday night. That'll be a family affair as well. The O'Connell cousins. Aiden for Goffstown, of course, TJ for Bedford, they will meet. Meanwhile, Malone knocked down after hitting a three. All 13 of his points have come in the second half. Another steal as Gasana makes an athletic play on the ball. Central down a dozen. Whoa, deep three. In and out, no. Tipped. Staying with it is Dowell. Counted in the foul. Well, Jabari Dowell refusing to quit. Doubles his point total. First bucket of the second half. Now with 4 points. And we're back to where we were at halftime. A 10-point gap at 62-52. Got to love this heart. If you're a Central fan, this team has not quit. Free throw good. Central needs to foul here. They will. As Ahmedovich gives the foul. Automatic two coming for Ferrucci. Well, a 9-point game. Again, Bedford already pulled their starters off the floor with 37 seconds, trusting in his backup unit to close the door. Ferrucci 0 for 2. And a lane violation is going to give him one more. That's just a mistake you can't have if you're Central. Not with 36 seconds to go. Line drive miss. Ferrucci 0 for 4 at the line. Rebound Central. Clock ticking, 30 seconds. Whoa, fadeaway three, short. Tracked down, though, and then thrown away. Gasana got to it. Tried to find Nathan Duval, the senior guard who just checked in. Duval not ready for that pass. It goes out of bounds. Bedford gets it in for Graham. Gradinskis. Fouled by Dowell at midcourt with 21.6 to go. So Central determined to draw this one out here. Coach Moreno going to pull the Bulldogs off the free throw lane. Don't want to give a foul here on a rebound attempt. Andrew Gradinskis, 5'10 junior, handled the ball well tonight. Has not scored, however. First trip to the line, he misses. Bedford collectively has now missed 5 free throws in a row, after using the line through 3+ quarters to their advantage. Gradinskis can't hit that. I'm not sure why we're getting 3 free throws here. This is the first one didn't count. Gradinskis can't get it. Central the other way, down to 15 seconds. Mowo still with the dribble. Baseline finger roll, no. Second try, yep. And then a quick timeout from the sidelines. 15 all in the second half now for Baril Mawow. Or Mawo. I'm not sure if that's Mawo or Mawow. M-A-W-O. He's played like a man here in the second half. Had foul trouble in the first half. Bedford, a 62-55 lead now inside of 10 seconds. And again, Central down 21 in this fourth quarter. Able to trim the gap significantly over the last few minutes. And as Bedford seemingly thought this one was in the bag, pulling their starters off the floor with about 2 minutes or so to go. Meanwhile, Central tonight led by Angel Castro. 14 points through 3 quarters. Has not played much, if at all, in this fourth quarter. His coach Lett has confined him to the bench. All right, here we go. Well, Moreno's not going to bring the starters back. Going to trust in his guys to close it out. They get it into Sodden. Sodden is fouled in the corner by Amedovich with now 8 seconds to go. Reminder, scores from around the tournament, including an upset in Wyndham. We'll take a look at that one. Get you the final point tallies from this game as well. It's coming up after a quick pause. We'll take a break immediately after this one and come back with that post-game show. Meanwhile, free throw up and in. Soden. Well, he's played well off the bench, has not scored the ball, has not looked to score. But he'll do so here, going 2 for 2 in the game's closing minutes, closing seconds. 64-55. Maywo got to hurry with a three-pointer. That went off target, and that's going to do it. The Bedford Bulldogs, they led wire to wire. They get the job done in the end, 64-55 the final. As Bedford will head north to play the Goffstown Grizzlies on Thursday night in the preliminary round. They get it done tonight on their home floor, leading by as many as 21. They close it out by 9 in the end and get it done. We'll take a look at the final scores and a final look elsewhere around the tournament when we come back to Bedford in a moment. You are watching coverage of the 2021 NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Are you on the fence about selling your home? Well, now is the time to take advantage of today's sky-high demand, low supply, and fierce buyer competition. The market is crazy right now, and bidding wars can be strenuous. Don't go at it alone. Let Lori D. Warner of Home Sweet Home, a RE/MAX company, guide you through the process. You need a trusted, licensed real estate professional in your corner. Let Lori D. fight for you. Call 603-664-9090 or email Lori, that's Lori, at djlorid.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. That's fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today.
Bedford a winner tonight, 64-55. They eliminate Central. The Bulldogs will take on Goffstown in Goffstown on Thursday night in the preliminary round. Bedford led wire to wire by 11 after 1 by 10 at the break. Balloon that lead up to 18 to begin the fourth quarter. Stretch it to 21 early in the fourth before Central able to cut it down to 7 in the closing minute, but in the end falls 64-55. Bedford, though, a costly victory. Likely are going to lose Dylan Kumbani moving forward. Their starting center, the senior, suffered an apparent knee injury in that first quarter, did not return. And from the looks of things, with the crutches and the ice on the knee, not a good sign, unfortunately, for the Bedford senior. Central in defeat, led by sophomore Angel Castro, 14 points. Did most of that work through 3 quarters. Beryl Mawau, big second half. All 15 of his come after the break. Bedford, led by Daniel Kaliza, the senior, 18 points unofficially, including a number of three-point play opportunities, hit a number of three-pointers as well. Point guard junior Todd O'Connell 17 points, a little bit of everything tonight for the Flora General. And a strong first half by junior Andrew Zimmerman. Scored 9 of his 11. Prior to halftime, Joe DeLacy ends up with 8, and Cam Roberts a strong 6 points off the bench. Elsewhere in the tournament tonight, Spalding, a win over Dover, 58-49. Red Raiders will take on Portsmouth on Thursday. Concord, they fall to Trinity tonight. Pioneers a blowout, 61-37. Trinity will face the Memorial Crusaders in Manchester on Thursday. Pinkerton, no problem with Salem, 67-48 the final. Astros will meet the Lancers in Londonderry in the preliminary round. Let's see, BG, they beat South 63-48 tonight. They'll take on Nashua North in the Queen City Thursday. And the upset took place in Wyndham tonight as the Owls of Timberlane beat the Jaguars 58-55. Wyndham is eliminated. Timberlane will take on Merrimack on Thursday. We will be on the Seacoast. In fact, we'll be at Exeter, where the two-time defending champs will take on Winnicott. That's a rivalry, one of the best rivalries in the state. Two of the best teams in all of Division I squaring off for a 6 o'clock tip. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:45. Want to thank the sponsors tonight, of course, Beals Insurance Agency, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. We appreciate Steve and his staff. Visit BealsInsurance.com today. Also, our newest member of the advertising family, Lori D. Warner of Home Sweet Home, a RE/MAX company. Let Lori D. fight for you. Call 603-664-9090 or email Lori, that's Lori, at djlorid.com. Want to thank Corey Parker and his staff here at Bedford, as usual, making things easy for us. Our friends over at BCTV as well. Some pregame cooperation. And, of course, our videographer tonight, John Barron, bringing you the high-def glimpse of all the action, every broadcast here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Of course, Ben Beals, the man in the producer's chair back at the Beals Insurance Studio, doing a bang-up job as usual. And, of course, executive Steve Beals, executive producer down in sunny Florida, making sure this gets off the air, or on the air, and off the ground as well. My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time. Bedford 64, Central 55. This has been a presentation of the 2021 NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance. We will see you on Thursday in Exeter.